Hi everyone. Today I'm going to give a general English pronunciation lesson for intermediate to advanced learners of English. We're going to correct commonly mispronounced words, improve diphthong vowels and schwa vowels, and also, most importantly, improve your word stress and rhythm in English. If you've seen any of my other training videos, you'll know how important word stress is for clear English and also interesting and engaging English. For this lesson today, I'll be using a speech given in 2005 by the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs. He gave this speech at a commencement address, so for new graduates at Stanford University. It's an old speech, but it's also a really good speech because it's got a lot of words that professional speakers of English use every day. As we go through this speech, I'll highlight to you things to check, and I'll leave a gap afterwards for you to repeat after me. Okay, let's start. So the first sentence is, I'm honoured to be with you today. Now, there are 3 stressed syllables in this phrase. Listen carefully to the way that the pitch of my voice goes up and down. This is the rhythm of English, and it's really important for clarity. Have a listen and then try. I'm honoured to be with you today. Check that you're not pronouncing the letter H in honoured. It's silent, just like in the word honest. Try both of those words with me now, getting good stress. So focus on your pitch being slightly higher in the first syllable. Ready? Honoured. Honest. Now, in the word today, the first syllable has a weak vowel. So there's no lip rounding for the O, the letter O in the first syllable of today. That letter makes a schwa vowel, which is completely relaxed, very weak and very quick, like this. Today. Today. So let's put that into a phrase now. Focus carefully on the up and down, okay, the pitch and the rhythm of your voice. Ready? I'm honoured to be with you today. At your commencement. Now, the stress in the word commencement is all on the second syllable. The letter O in the first syllable becomes schwa, just like in the word today. Try it with me now. It's like this. Commencement. Now let's try the phrase. At your commencement. Now in the final part of this sentence, listen carefully to the up and down. From one of the finest universities in the world. I never graduated from college. Now let's take a minute to clarify the pronunciation of these 2 words. I often hear people mispronouncing the word colleague. Either they pronounce it like college, or they put the stress on the wrong syllable and they say colleague. Or they pronounce it with flat stress, which also is a really big problem for listeners in English. If you use flat stress or incorrect stress, it will make many of your words unclear to listeners. So let's try them both now, getting correct sounds and, most importantly, correct word stress. Ready? College. And colleague. Try that word again with really good stress on the first syllable. Colleague. Okay, great. Let's do that phrase one more time with really good stress, okay? I never graduated from college. The next phrase is truth be told. We're not going to work on TH today because for most non-native speakers, it's not an area that affects speech clarity. Things like word endings, vowel sounds, word stress are much more important for being clear to listeners than pronouncing TH correctly. So that one's at the bottom of our priority list at the moment. Now the next sentence has a word with the double vowel O in it. That's the diphthong vowel O, and the word is closest. Many non-native speakers pronounce the O vowel more like a single vowel, so they might say closest or a short vowel, closest. The vowel has two positions. It's O. O. Imagine that there's a little W written in there. Try it with me now. O. Clo. Closest. This is the closest I've ever gotten. To a college graduation. Let's have a quick look at these words to check you're getting the stress in the right places. The first one is the verb, to graduate. The vowel in the second syllable is a very weak A and all the stress is on the first syllable. Ready? To graduate. The noun has a schwa in the second syllable with all the stress on the first syllable like this. A graduate. A graduate. Now, in the word graduated, I often hear non-native speakers put the stress on the third syllable, like this, graduated. This is incorrect. The stress in this word should be on the first syllable, like this. Try it. Graduated. I never graduated. Now, they're getting confused with the word graduation, okay, where the stress is on A before shin. Try it again. Graduation. Now, generally, there's a rule that can be followed in English. The A before shin is stressed. Try these words with me now. Graduation. Organisation. Medication. Okay, great. So let's try that phrase again, really focusing on your word stress. To a college graduation. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. Now, in the next section, check that you're not using a short vowel in the word deal. Try these words with me now. Dill, that's a short E. Dill. And now the long vowel E. Deal. Deal. Try them one after the other. Dill, deal. Dill, deal. Okay, that's it. No big deal. And in this phrase too, there's also a long vowel E to check in the word 3. Just 3 stories. In the next sentence, in the word connecting, all of the stress is on the middle syllable and the first vowel becomes the weak vowel schwa. Have a try. Connecting. Connecting the dots. The first story is about connecting the dots. In the next sentence, there's a past tense ending to check. Many non-native speakers leave off past tense endings, or they're not confident with how to pronounce them correctly. In the word dropped, the past tense ending is a pt cluster. So a consonant cluster is when you've got two consonants in a row. So the word is pronounced like this: dropped, dropped. Now, speakers of Thai, Vietnamese, Burmese and Cantonese need to check that they're getting good x clusters in the word six, okay, and the pt in dropped. So have a listen to the whole sentence, try it after me, getting good consonant clusters and word stress, okay? Ready? I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months. But then stayed around as a drop-in. Now, you'll notice particularly in this sentence, there's a lot of words that end with a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel. In English, we link those together, but you definitely shouldn't be aiming for good linking until you're using good word stress. So at this point, just listen to the linking and really focus. I want you to really work on this pitch and rhythm, your stress and emphasis, okay? So try it again, listening to the stress and emphasis, but then stayed around as a drop-in. For another 18 months or so. Now let's look at these two words. I often hear people getting a bit confused about 80 or 18, 30 or 13, okay? It comes down to the stress. So when you're on the phone and you have to give people numbers, really think about the stress in these words. In the word 80, the stress is all on the first syllable, and there's a double vowel in there too. Let's try the vowel first. A. You should feel two vowels, an e and then an e. A. 80. Now in the word 18, we tend to put the stress on the ending, and the ending has a long e vowel, okay? 18. So they should sound very different. Let's try one after the other now. 80, 18. Before I really quit. So, why did I drop out? It started before I was born. Now, in this sentence, many non-native speakers miss the long R vowel in the word start. I often hear it pronounced as stut, or started sounds more like stuttered. So make sure you're getting a long R vowel there. And also in the word born, it's a long O vowel. Ready? It started before I was born. Now, in this next phrase, there's a few things to double check. Let's check you've got the word stress right in biological. Can you hear that I link the first two vowels with a weak y sound as well? Have a listen. Biological. Biological. Now, in these two words, the letters O are actually pronounced as the open vowel A. This is a bit of a trap for speakers of European languages. Often they want to round their lips when they see the O vowel, especially Spanish speakers and Italian speakers. So let's try mother, mother, and young. Okay, the vowel there is A. It's not rounded at all. Young, young. And another word that is the same as that which we had in a previous sentence was months. Months. Let's try those three words now. Mother, young, months. Let's try the whole phrase. My biological mother was a young, unwed college graduate student. And she decided to put me up for adoption. She felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates. So everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth. By a lawyer and his wife. Now let's have a look at the word law and lawyer. The word law rhymes with door. The vowel there is or. Law, door. Lawyer has an oi in it, like in the word boy. Ready? Lawyer. Now try it in the sentence. Focus on good stress on loy and wife. Ready? By a lawyer and his wife. Now, in the next sentence, there are a few clusters to talk about. Except. Watch your ks and pt at the end of the word. All the stress is on the second syllable. Try it with me now. Except. And the other consonant cluster to watch is the past tense ending in popped. It's again a pt, just like the word dropped. Ready? Popped. So the sentence is, except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, now let's just check your A vowel in wait. This A is difficult for many non-native speakers, and often speakers make it more like a single vowel. So when they say a word like wait, it actually sounds more like wet. So we need two vowels. It's a, wait, waiting list. Try the phrase again. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, so how are you going with this up and down, the word stress and emphasis in English? For many people, it feels unnatural at first. I really encourage you to just open your ears to it and experiment with it. A couple of things to check here. Check that you're getting good gsp and past tense ending in the word unexpected. Unexpected. In the word baby, check you're making a good A vowel. Ready? Bay. Baby. We have an unexpected baby boy. Do you want him? Before the next phrase, let's check these three words. The word say has the double vowel A. Say. In says, we pronounce it just with an E, a short E vowel. Says. And the same thing in said. Try them with me now. Check you're getting the right vowels. I say. He says. She said. Now let's look at the word course. That has the vowel or. Course. Are you opening your mouth enough when you say that vowel? Try it. Course. English has a lot of open vowel sounds like ah, or, o. We really need to move our jaw and open our mouth and move our lips to make a lot of the sounds in English clearly. This is so different to many other languages. So languages like Russian, a lot of Eastern European languages, Mandarin, Japanese, languages like that have a lot less mouth movement. So it's common for non-native speakers of English who have those languages as their first language to speak English with a more closed mouth position. And this makes many sounds in their English quite unclear because they're just not opening and moving their mouth enough to pronounce those sounds clearly. So have a think about how you're moving your mouth when you speak English. Are you moving it enough to make the open sounds clearly? Let's try this phrase and remember to open and move your jaw and mouth. Ready? They said, of course. My biological mother later found out. Now let's look at the word later. That also has an A vowel. Later. And the word found has a diphthong vowel, a double vowel. So don't confuse these two words. The top one has the short vowel A, fund. Fund. That's very different to found, which has the double vowel or diphthong vowel, ow. Ow. Imagine again there's a little W. Ow. Found. Found. Found out. So out has that same diphthong vowel. Found out. Again, you need to get your jaw and your mouth moving to pronounce diphthong vowels like that clearly and correctly. So try that in this phrase now, getting good word stress. Ready? My biological mother later found out that my mother had never graduated from college. And that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption papers. Check out our other YouTube videos or our full tailored courses at speechactive.com. Thank you and stay well.